Good morning, everyone. This is Beard Productions. We're at the STRN Open up here in Whitefield in Manchester. And for us, we have a last 16 match. This one between Adam Griffiths and Matt Lawrenson. Matt, well, both fairly local lads to here. Matt from Wigan, much more of a 9-ball player. He won titles at 9-ball. Also has competed in the World Championships over in Germany. He's 29 years old, he's from Wigan. And his opponent is Adam Griffiths, another young man who's come through unscathed on the winner's side. Been playing great this weekend, actually. I think he's around about 22, if I'm not mistaken. He comes from Northwich, down there in Cheshire. And again, he's had a great weekend. So, two players who should put on a great performance. Matt wins the lag and gets us underway. A quick run through the other games in the draw. Mick Hill playing Michael Rhodes. Liam Dunster against Steve Hall. Lee Killen already 1-0 up against Lee Clough. And Ben Davis has just gone 2-0 up against Matt Briley. I mean, that game has literally been going on for about 6 minutes. And Ben Davis is 2-0 up. Clint Hanson playing Gareth Hibbert. Craig Marsh playing Sanjay Patel. And Craig Day against Gavin Robinson. If you want to keep up with those scores, then please do. It's on qscore.com. Just follow the links for the STRN Open. We'll have a quick look back through the early round matches. Craig Day beat Matt Lawrenson in the first round, so Matt dropped into the loser's side. Matt then went on to play John Roberts from Wales, beat him 7 frames to 2. He had a walk in the third round against Ian Martin, who forfeited. And then this morning he played, beg your pardon, last night he played Jella Singh, came through 7 frames to 5. And then this morning he played Partab Singh, and he won that one 7 frames to 2. Back at Adam Griffiths, he beat Carl Stevenson 10 frames to 3 in the first round on the winner's side. He then beat Jack Whelan 10 frames to 8 in round 2, so a big scalp. The 2014 world champion, 2015 world champion, Jack Whelan, so a great scalp to pick off. Then he played again yesterday afternoon. Where he beat Chris Dyson 10 frames to 3. So he's had some convincing wins. There's young Adam. Chris Dyson's played well all this weekend. So to beat him 10-3 must have put on a great performance. And here he is in the last 16 of the STRN Open. He comes to the table. This is our first look at him. I'm pretty sure that when Adam woke up this morning, that first frame was exactly how he wanted it to play out in his head. That's Matt breaking, getting himself into trouble on his last ball, and leaving him some drop-ins to get his arm going. So this is a race to 10. We're playing black ball rules. Adam Griffiths leads Matt Lawrence in 1 frame to 0. A quick update on the scores around the room. Mick Hill is 1-0 up against Michael Rhodes. Liam Dunster's 1-0 up against Steve Wall. Lee Killen 2-0 against Lee Clough. Matt Brierley's pulled 1 back. He currently trails Ben Davis 2 frames to 1. Gareth Hibbert's 1-0 up against Clint Hansen. And Craig Marsh is 2-1 up against Sanjay Patel. And finally, Craig Day is 1-0 up against Gav Robinson. We'll keep you updated with those scores throughout, but if you wish to follow them yourself, go to qscore.com. Again, as usual, I would ask that you share this video for us, if you would be so kind. The share button's at the bottom of the screen. It just gets it onto your Facebook page, increases our exposure, and allows everyone on your stream to enjoy the pool today. We hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Having a relaxing day. We're going to be streaming through Facebook and also through YouTube. If you've got yourself a smart TV, you can load up YouTube through your app on your smart TV and watch us in glorious Technicolor. Glorious Technicolor if you're a 70s child like myself anyway. All these young men up here laughing when I say talk about Technicolor. It was a thing once. So that was in another tricky ball. Gives Adam another chance. It's got to be said, this is a decent chance now. When you'd expect him to take. So who do you guys fancy for the tournament now? We know who the last 16 are. There's some great names still in there. 3 current world champions, arguably 4, because Gareth Hibbert's the current senior world champion. So you know, pretty much 4 world champions still left in the field. Sometimes hard to see past Mick Hill, but he doesn't seem to have settled too well on this blue cloth over the weekend. Maybe he's going to turn up today and blow everyone away. What do you think? Straight knockout now, so he struggled a bit yesterday. We saw him on stream against Sanjay Patel. And also he got taken to the wire by JJ4. JJ was 9-7 up. And then 9-8 up, he had a great chance to finish. But Mick battled back and came through. There's Craig Day. Being swiftly followed out to the bathroom by Gav Robinson. Those 2 guys playing each other, so clearly time for a quick bathroom break. Craig's currently 2-0 up in that game. Craig's had a great weekend. Been playing really well. Talking to Craig Marsh has just gone 3-1 up against Sanjay Patel.
Max break, 2 frames to 0.
So the winner of this game will play the winner of Mick Hill against Michael Rhodes. Brian Teagle thinks that the tournament favourite Mick Hill's going to win. Carl Boothman fancies Gareth Hibbert. Chuck Milne, I take it that's a fellow countryman. The Dunster. All I do know is this is such a strong field in this event that there's actually 16 players left in the draw who are all very capable of winning. The score just updated on the Craig Day Gav Robinson. They must have just got back and updated it, so Craig Day's gone 3-0 up. It's already looking like an uphill battle for Gavin, but he was behind. I think he was 4-1 down. No, he actually, yeah, he was 4-1 down last night, playing on the stream. He's playing against Jan Hassan Ali, and he came back to win that one. So two Scotsmen in the field, keeping their opponents at bay. Liam Dunster's 2-0 up. Lee Killen's 3-0 up. Adam Kirk thinks it's going to be a Hill Marsh final. You wouldn't back against it, would you? It'd be a tough one to back against. I guess that would be the fans' favourite. Two world champions. WPF and the IPA world champions clashing against each other in the final. That's a great thing about these events. Super shot there by Matt, just making that one look really easy. But, I think he might still be in trouble here. Might just be able to get through. Looks like he can, yeah. It needs to bounce now. It's just keeps running out of position. It's called a total snooker, and it indeed is. And Matt just really struggling to find any fluency at the moment. He has already played today, so you'd think he'd be warm. Whereas Adam, this is his first time on the table. The winner's side had the luxury of a lie-in this morning. Someone mentioning they thought the table looked slow. The table is perfect. It's playing very, very nicely. Played a bunch of frames on it over the weekend, and the blue cloth takes some getting used to, but it's a lovely cloth to play on. All Adam's going to do here is much more of the same. Just bring this red into open play, and Matt's going to be in a familiar place. He should be getting good at this shot. He's had a couple of goes at it. He'll be hoping it is a total. I don't think it is. Looking at that, I'm not sure it is. The ref just going over to his bag of tricks to get at his spare cue ball to see if he can get one through that gap. I'm not convinced this is a total, you know. If it is a total, it means Matt can just bounce off the back rail. Some great camera work there. The ref just chocking the ball to make sure he doesn't roll it across. No, it's not a total. So that makes it a bit of a trickier prospect. If it was a total, he could just bounce off the back rail, roll up into the back of the yellow, and leave Adam in trouble. But not being a total, he of course has to He has to hit a rail. So, makes things a bit trickier. Mick Hill leading Michael Rhodes 2 frames to 0. Adam Griffiths 2-0 up. Well, we're watching that. What am I saying? Liam Dunster 2-0 up against Steve Wall. Lee Killen 3-0 up still against Lee Clough. Gareth Hibbert is currently 3-0 against Clint Hansen. Matt Briley's pulled things back after being 2-0 down. He's currently 2-all against Ben Davis. We saw Ben this morning. Ben was really, really flowing well. But Matt Briley, well, he's a trier, isn't he? Nicknamed the Robot. And he does play robotically. Sanjay Patel's pulled one back against Craig Marsh. He's 3 frames to 1 behind. And Craig Day now 4-0 against Gavin Robinson. Gavin's already got an uphill battle. And this game could and should very quickly be 3-0. Not experienced Adam before. Not seen him play. But I know he plays on the UK tour. He's had some deep runs in the tour as well. He hails from Northwich, the Northwich area. I think he plays out of the Gladstone Club across there. He's making short work of these. Been impressed by him so far. Matt's not quite been at the races, but Adam's still got to do the job. Three frames to 0. Michael Rhodes has pulled a frame back. He's currently trailing Mick Hill 2 frames to 1. I can see he's just across on table 2, and he's currently at the table in the middle of a clearance. So I'll be looking to square that match up. Further afield, I can see Steve Wall playing and Liam Dunster.
Adam to break, leading 3 frames to 0.
Liam 2-1 ahead. And at the table. That one, the ref's not done him a favour there, has he? It's didn't quite time it properly either. You can hear the contact with the front ball. So that comes to the table with an opportunity to take control. That's not the angle he was looking for. He was looking to screw another 3 or 4 inches further up the table so he could get into the pack and open these up. But this red does pass through the gap. Little 2 in 1 shot. I wonder if this red pots and he can get on the one at the top of the pack, whether there's a gap between, I was going to say whether there's a gap between yellow and black, but I think he had a chance if that one dropped, but it didn't, so Adam back again. He's hung that one, but caused a bit of a problem there for Matt. You can, of course, play the red into bottom corner and break open his red next to the black in the cluster. There's a nice angle to do that if he wishes. Don't see too many other options, to be honest. Wow. This is an ambitious shot. So what he's looking at doing here is planting red onto yellow, onto red over the pocket, and the red going over to the opposite pocket as a skill shot. If that had come off, that would have been a bit of a worldie. So a 3-ball plant one way and a 2-ball plant the other way, playing a skill shot at the same time. That was ambitious. I'm not quite sure why he didn't play the red and try and knock the red that was in the pack out. Seemed to have the angle to do it, and leaving the red in the middle of the table would have given him a bit of insurance policy. But as soon as he'd taken that one off, well, you saw that you saw him take on the ambitious shot. It brings Adam to the table with another half chance. If you wish to keep up with the scores and the draw and who's left in, then head across to qscore.com. And if you would be so kind as to share this stream, it would be very much appreciated. Lee Killen now 4-0 up against Lee Clough. Gareth Hibbert 4-0 against Clint Jansen. We had Gareth on against Craig Marsh yesterday. Craig won that game. Gareth was really struggling to find any form. Not his usual fluent self, but he seems to have turned up to the races today. I have to say, when he was locked at 5 apiece in the losers' side against Greg Batten, I think his price was about 16 to 1, and I had to give it a second look. Sadly, I didn't have a punt on it because you've got to quite fancy Gareth now. He's playing really well this morning. Gav Robinson's pulled 2 back against Craig Day. He now trails 4 frames to 2. Craig Marsh is flying. He's 6-2 up against Sanjay Patel. Just not quite finding it. It's Matt. For the world, looks like he's going to be training 4-0 in fairly short order. Good afternoon, Steve Jakes. Hope you're well. Good afternoon to everyone. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. That's a pretty poor miss there for Adam. Should be getting those. And he's just handed this one to Matt. There's just a couple of balls that he's missed now. Just a little bit careless, needs to take a little bit more time. Both players having a laugh about the fact neither of them have really clicked yet. And good afternoon to Peter. Yeah, commentator's curse, mate. I've been doing that all weekend. I think I chalked someone up for a frame yesterday. They had it in the bag with the black over the pocket and missed it. Yeah, I'm good at doing that. If you ever got any money on anyone, just let me know, because I'm sure a few words in the right direction, I can definitely curse them. Little hand up from Adam. That one went all wrong. Flipped the yellow, went in anyway. Very, very difficult though. I mean, you're playing in the last 16 of a big tournament, and you come on stream. It's quite intimidating. It's not like playing on one of the outer tables. Very, very different. You have to understand that the arena's set. People stood around watching, and there's a whole plethora of gear at one end of the table. Monitors, laptops, computers, cameras. And there's extra lighting on the table. Lights all around. It's not just as simple as turning up, taking out your cue and playing. There's a lot of added pressure playing on these tables. Players like Craig Marsh, Gareth Hibbert, they play week in, week out in these conditions. They're used to it. Other players, maybe their first time. It's a totally different experience. Totally alien environment to what you normally play pool in. Difficult to focus 100% on your game. But Adam's doing what he needs to at the moment. He needs 4 frames to 1. Craig Marsh is 8-2 up against Sanjay Patel. I mean, now there's a guy who is flying through at the moment, absolutely cruising through the rounds. Craig is a wonderful player when he's in cruise mode. Just so easy on the eye, so easy to watch. And well, he may well be presenting some good value in this tournament this weekend. I think he's second favourite, but well, looking good at the moment for sure. McHill, Michael Rhodes are tied together at 2 apiece. It's quite incredible that that match has been going on for a little over 30 minutes, I think. I think they started, someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they started just before midday. So around about 35 minutes. And Craig Marsh, Sanjay Patel have got through 10 frames. What an incredible rate that is. And I can see across the other side of the room, Marshy's at the table in the middle of another clearance. Ten frames in just over half an hour. Takes a good minute to rack them. This is impressive stuff from Adam. A couple of understandable mistakes, but he's been playing very, very well. And he leads 5 frames to 1. Matt just stepping away for a bathroom break, understandably, just to try and compose himself. He's got a long road back. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
They all think pool's an easy game. It's far from easy.
It's a bit like playing chess but with balls.
No one remembers second place today.
The atmosphere is amazing.
Everybody gets on, everybody's friendly.
Everyone's sort of in it for each other.
It's all based around a pub game.
Get to meet people from all over the country.
It's a great venue. The table layout as well was just amazing.
First night they had like a disco, I've never seen that.
Everyone's got a chance to win something.
The format is brilliant with the gold, silver and bronze.
Getting more forward is growing, eh?
The standard of women's pool is just getting better and better.
It doesn't matter whether you play badly or play well, you just want to keep playing. I love it.
Really good fun.
Really good weekend away. To go out and blackball afterwards.
Everybody wants a piece of the Golden 8 ball.
It's definitely the best one that we've ever been to.
Certainly the best one I've ever been to.
We'll be back next year.
Break, 5 frames to 1.
Gav Robinson making a mini recovery. Craig Day was 4-0 up. He now leads 5 frames to 3. McHill is just edged ahead in another edgy match against Michael Rhodes. He's 3 frames to 2 up. Michael Rhodes is a real potential banana skin for Mick. I think people may underrate Michael, but do so at your peril. He, as I mentioned earlier, he won 2 IPA amateur events back-to-back last year. I think events 4 and 5. Very, very impressive player. We saw him on stream last night. Matt Briley, Ben Davis. Ben's currently edging that one 4 frames to 3. And Clint's finally on the board. Gareth Hibbett's 5-1 ahead. Feel a bit for Matt at the moment. It seems like he's treading water a bit. Great flowing player, but nothing seems to be quite clicking for him. Even that shot just left difficult by the fact he's queuing over a ball. .69 players entered this tournament. We're down to 16. It's £100 per person entry, and it's £2,500 to the winner. All 16 left in get paid. This is the inaugural STRN Open. The two organisers, Zach Leonard and Will Caldwell. Two young men with big plans and a real passion for the game. Exciting times ahead in the world of pool. Nice positional shot by Adam. He's the thing is for Adam, he's just not been put in it under any pressure whatsoever. That's given him chance after chance, and Adam has graciously accepted. You can't take anything away from his performance, because he's taken pretty much every chance that's been put in front of him, but as I say, no real pressure on him, and he's playing very well. He leads 6-1. A forlorn figure sat in his chair. Another forlorn figure who's currently sat in his chair again is Sanjay Patel, because he's now 9 frames to 2 behind, and Craig Marsh is on the hill. That could be the quickest match that I've seen in a long, long time. Gareth Hibbett not hanging around either. Clint Jansen, who is a stalwart of the IPA and one of the best players around, is currently trailing 7 frames to 1. And Gareth, I can see, has just stepped up to the table. And Clint looking very despondent. Mentioning the event organisers, I'm just joined by Will Coldwell, one of the organisers of the STRN Open. You enjoying yourself so far, Will?
Yeah, Nick, it's going really well. Some great draw, some great matches to come.
Yeah, for sure. Will's just passed me the odds, so I can give you the prices for the players remaining. If you want to bet, the guy to speak to is Craig Day. You can find him on Facebook under Craig Vegas Day. Or if you know Jason Hill, I think Jason's probably around taking the bets while Craig's at the table, because Craig's currently playing. These are outright odds. Mick Hill is 8-11. Craig Marsh is 2-1. Clint Hansen is 8, but I'm guessing that's not a in running, because he's currently 7-1 behind.
No, I've just given him the scores.
Ah, right, okay.
And he's just updated them
So
as per the scores. Yeah.
As per the score. Liam Dunster is 4-1. Lee Clough is 16-1. Ben Davis is 7s. Gareth Hibbett is 5-1. Matt Brierley is 14s. Michael Rhodes 16s. Matt Lawrenson is 40s. Adam Griffiths is 14s. Craig Day has priced himself at 12-1. Gav Robinson at 33-1. Lee Killen is 12. Sanjay Patel, you can get 500-1 for Sanjay to make a comeback against Craig Marsh. And Steve Wall finally is 50-1. So there you go. If you want to take a look at the scores, you can do so on qscore.com. And you can go across and find Craig Vegas Day and get yourself a bet. Keep you interested. So this match is quickly getting away from Matt, and he needs to take this one.
Yeah, Matt's just not got going from what I can see. I know Matt very well. I play a lot at the club that he owns in Wigan, Q8, and he's an absolutely fantastic player when he's on his game. And I think maybe the pressure of the stream maybe just telling a little bit.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, that there's a whole different ball game when you've got all these cameras pointing at you and the lights and people watching you, and it's just not. It's a totally alien environment to play in, isn't it?
Yeah, well, just mentioned on the stream earlier, we've tried to be a bit diverse with the choices that we made on the stream, and everybody wants the biggest and best matches on the stream every single time, but we've got to be fair on the players.
Absolutely, yeah.
And some players have been on a couple of times already, and you've got to give them a break from the stream as well. They don't like playing on it every time, believe it or not. And it just makes it up, and it gives some of the unknown names a bit, get the name out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're watching the same ones all the time, how does anyone ever get any exposure?
Absolutely.
So Matt played a nice shot earlier in this break, just to flick the yellow out, and he flicked out just enough that he's got half a pocket to aim at now. Yeah,
well, Matt plays a lot of money matches, and he's just had some local support show up, and that may rally him a little bit. I know once he gets some support behind him, it does spur him on. So maybe he'll launch a comeback at this stage.
He was telling me earlier that he's more focused on 9-ball than 8-ball.
Wow.
Doesn't play quite so much 8-ball nowadays, but
yeah, that's right. He is. I think he's played a 9-ball.
I think he's a bit
quite a while. Yeah, quite a while.
Yeah, he just had half a pocket to aim at there. So
did he? I couldn't see that. Couldn't see it.
Yeah, he was going for the far knuckle and just missed it.
Yeah, it's
and yet again,
Adam's just punishing him.
Adam taking full advantage, and I mentioned earlier that Matt's just not put Adam under any pressure whatsoever.
No.
He's even from the first frame, Matt cleared down to the black and just left Adam with a load of drop-ins, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage, it's sort of crunch time, and the times when you've got to be stepping up and taking your chances, or the opposition, they'll not miss.
Yeah.
I think Gareth's gone 8-1 against Clint.
Yeah, and Craig Marsh is through. He's won 10 frames to 2. I gotta say, I'm annoyed with myself Gareth Hibbert now brought into 5-1. I could have got him at 16s last night, and I knew that Gareth isn't the kind of player who's going to turn up and put in 2 days of bad performances, because he didn't play well at all yesterday. And I think by his own admission, I think he's just been warming up as the tournament goes on. And to be 8 frames to 1 up against Clint is quite impressive.
Yeah, I mean, the best players tend to do. That's what they tend to do. They settle in, and when the heat mounts up, they step up.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the difference.
And Gareth, one of my favourite players. I mean, he's literally Mr. Consistent, isn't he? He's fantastic. So yeah, I wish I'd have had a little bet. I think he was 5-all with Greg Batten at the time, and it kind of put me off because I think Greg had been 5-3 down, and I know what kind of player Greg is.
Yeah. And
I thought, do you know what? I reckon Greg could come back and still take this.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
so that kind of put me off the fact that it could have been the quickest bet I had ever lost, because it might have only lasted a couple of frames. But yeah, he was good value. I mean, what was he cut from when you gave those odds? I mean, I'm guessing it was probably around about 9s or 10s this morning, was he?
Yeah, I think he was about. I think he was 10s actually.
It was 10s,
yeah.
So he's come in from 10s into 5s just on this performance, and understandably so. I mean, if he's beating Clint 8-1, then
it's a long way back for Clint.
Anything's possible in the rest of the tournament for, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long way back for Clint. I can't see him coming back even no. Clint's standard.
No, against a lesser player maybe, but not against Gareth. You know, he's going to have too many breaks, and he's just so capable of breaking dishing. And he's currently at the table at the moment as I look across. So Mick Hill against Michael Rhodes. Mick's currently 4-2 ahead. Michael is at the table as we speak. And also behind that, we've got Liam Dunster versus Steve Wall. Well, Steve made a comeback there because I think he was 3-0 down. And he's now 4-3 ahead.
Yeah, they've both got quite a similar style of play, quite methodical players, and it's certainly it could go either way.
Yeah,
Liam's made some great comebacks yesterday, especially against Simon.
Yeah.
You don't ever write him off.
And Cian Monaghan, who bowed out of the tournament last night, is watching the games with interest. It's good to see his enthusiasm, even when he's not playing. He's here watching, learning, trying to improve.
Yeah, well, we were here till quite late last night, finishing off the Ladies Open. Cian was here with us. He's got such a love for the game, and it's great to see, even at his, at his young age.
Wonderful to see that enthusiasm. So again, Matt with an opportunity. He's going to open up with a skill shot. And
yeah,
it's just not working for him, is it?
He's give the game, yeah.
Yeah, and he's conceded that one. I think the referee.
Yeah.
The referee actually missed that. Yeah, the ref missed that as Matt wandered round. He knocked the ball across.
Yeah, I think he has. I think he made note of it more.
I think he's just a bit fed up now. It's it's a shame to see that. It's
like I said, I've seen Matt on plenty of occasions, and he's a flair player, and he's just not started off well enough, and I don't think he can see a way back.
He's yeah, obviously a bit frustrated. I mean, to be fair, they were 3 drop-ins, but even so, it's yeah, it's one of those days for him. 8-1 behind. Never easy when you're when you're just struggling.
Yeah, and he played very well in the loser's side. Finished off. I think he was the first to finish by a margin. He's a quick player. And when he's in his stride, he can rattle off frames no time.
Adam just seems to have breezed through. I mean, he beat Jack Whelan. That was probably
his toughest game.
Probably his toughest
but
game.
He's the other two. He won 10-3.
Yeah.
He was a bit of an unknown coming in, but he certainly had a great tournament. No matter what happens from here.
Mick Hill's extended his lead. He's now 5 frames to 2 ahead of Michael Rhodes.
Yeah, Liam Dunster and Steve are just racking up, so that was not updated yet, but
I know.
4 all.
Yeah, Liam was at the table, so I'm pretty sure it's 4 all.
Yeah, I'm just seeing him put it on.
There we go. And these are automatic updates from the players. All the players have a little device which they use, and it's linked to Q-Score. As they update, and it updates on the website. So what you're watching is the in-time live scores. Clint Anderson's pulled one back. You think it's a bit of a forlorn hope for him, but he's 8 frames to 2. All he can do is just take him 1 frame at a time.
He's got to try and stop Adam getting on the hill.
Yeah.
If you can just rattle a couple of frames, you never know. But he's not tested Adam one bit. He's not put him under any sort of pressure. And at this level now, that's what you got to do.
He's left a toughie here. He's left a nasty little plant at the rail. But these shots are made much easier when it's when
it's a good shot.
It's a great shot, but they're much easier when you're 8-1 ahead, aren't they?
Well,
if it's 6-5 down or something. It's,
absolutely, Adam will just be so relaxed now because he's just got such a margin.
Yeah. And he's flowing through these balls now.
Yeah.
That really was a tricky little plant up the rail. It was a lovely shot. But nothing but good things to say about this young man. He's been very impressive throughout the weekend.
Absolutely.
And I say young man, I think he's very early 20s. And it's great to see the young talent coming through this weekend. You mentioned Kean Moynihan. I think he's just 15 years old. Ryan Davis, also 15. Hassan Ali, young 17-year-old, and all 3 of those players, they've been fantastic over the weekend.
Yeah, I just had a little chat with Hassan this morning. For me, he was my player of the day yesterday.
Incredible.
Absolutely great run.
Knocked out Seb, knocked out Jack Whelan. I mean, he was unlucky against Gav Robinson late last night, but it had been a long day for him as well.
Well, especially when you coming through the loser's side, you guarantee a long day because you're off, you're straight back on.
One of my other interests in Matt Brierley's in trouble. He's currently 7 frames to 3 behind against Ben Davis. That's been playing well all through the weekend. But doesn't seem to have turned up today. Well, he's got a tough opponent in Ben. We saw Ben first up on the stream, and boy, he was flowing.
I'd be interested to know what the odds would have been on Lee Killen at the start of the tournament, because he's another one who's had a great run, a great tournament. He's knocked out some big games as well.
Yeah, Lee Clough's been grinding his way through the last couple of days, and he'll still have something to say about that. He's currently 4-2 behind. He's certainly not out of that one. And for the world, this looks like...
Oh.
I was just about to curse him. I thought it. I was about to say this looks, for the world, that it looks like the last rites.
Yeah, it's nice to see Matt's still smiling. Even at 9-1,
Yeah, I think he's enjoyed himself this weekend.
The thing about this is now that they know they've made a little bit of profit for the weekend. Everyone's getting paid from now on. So when they lose, they're going out at least with a bit of money in their pocket.
Yeah. Mick Hill now stretching his advantage. He's 6 frames to 3 up against Michael Rhodes. And there's another player who's gathering momentum as the weekend goes on.
quickly run through the prize breakdown, Nick, for anybody interested. So there's a £7,000 prize pool, and the losers of the last 16 will get £150. The losers of the last 8 will get £300. The losers of the semi-finals get £500. The runner-up gets £1,100, and the winner gets £2,500.
Yeah, great stuff. Someone's going to have a very profitable weekend. So trying to predict and preempt where we're going in the quarterfinals. If we look at where the scorelines are now, I'm not going to write anyone off, but it would appear Mick Hill being 6-3 up. You won't write Michael off, but say it's potentially going to be Mick against Adam Griffiths. Liam Dunster against Steve Wall, nothing between those two. Lee Killen against Lee Clough. The winners of those two are going to be playing each other. Ben Davis is currently 8-3 up against Matt Brierley. Gareth Hibbert 8-2 up against Clint Hansen. So it looks on the cards that it's going to be Ben Davis against Gareth Hibbert. That's a cracking game, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a... I was going to say a bit of a contrast to styles, but it's not really. I mean, they're both extremely attacking players. We saw Gareth. He's just a fantastic player to watch because he's quite deliberate, but at the same time he just throws caution to the wind.
Yeah.
Early in the frame, he'll just play an outrageous shot, knowing that if it comes off, he's won the frame.
Yeah.
I love watching him play. Craig Marsh is already through, and Craig Day's 8-4 up against Gav Robinson, so it looks like it's got the potential to be the battle of the Craigs.
Yeah, there's just a couple of this almost the Liam, Steve, and the Lee game.
Yeah.
They'll sort of be waiting on each other, which almost it allows the rest of the draw to sort of flow. You don't want to. Sometimes some matches can go to the wire. You've got to obviously allow for that with time. Just for anybody else that wants to be in the know, the final will be live on Unilad via Beard Productions later on. So let's check out the Unilad Sport page. Give that a like. You'll get a notification when we go live with the final later on tonight. It'll also be live on Beard as well.
So Adam is, well, I think he plays on the UK tour, so he's probably going to be primarily a World Rules player. But like all of these good players, they seem to be adapting to both sets of rules nowadays.
Yeah.
They seem to be able to cross. Certainly, the World Rule players seem quite happy to come across the black ball.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little bit more hesitance for the black ball players to come back into World Rules, but yeah, most of these players are multi-skilled, multi-talented, and they're quite aware of both rule sets. I mean, it's not that different, is it? Let's be honest. It's you know, there's a few differences between the two, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, as John Virgo says, it's about pot as many balls as you can, isn't it? So.
With a pots to black.
Yeah. And this is more of the Matt that we know and recognise.
Yeah,
he's got a bit of a swag, hasn't he? And he knows he's got nothing to lose.
Absolutely. I mean, the more frames that he can get on that board, the more that it will get. You know, Adam might start to doubt, and that's all he can do at this stage.
Yep. I mean, Matt's breaking now, so you know, breaking dish would be order of the day, and let that pressure gradually build. It's a big mountain to climb, but all he can do is take one frame at a time. We've seen bigger comebacks in the past. And where it's unlikely, they do occasionally happen.
Yeah, Gareth's on the hill.
Yeah, Gareth Hibbert's now 9 frames to 2 against Clint. And as Will rightly says, he's on the hill. It's a shame Jason Hill went out last night. I missed my chance for a Mick Hill, Jason Hill final. I wanted it to be a Mick Hill, Jason Hill final at 9-all, so I could say Hill, 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 Hill. I made that joke yesterday. It was bad then as well, I know. last ball moving. Just found its way to the pocket.
Yeah, Matt's.
But it's given Matt.
Like I said, I've played with Matt plenty of times. He sort of runs a local competition on a Monday night, which I've been to plenty of times, and he plays in it himself. And there's just some nights you can't get near him. He doesn't look like. Sometimes just looks like he's not even trying, and the talent he's got is unbelievable.
So the draw, if it goes that way, then I guess the draw could bring Craig Marsh and Mick Hill together in the final.
In the final, they couldn't be further at the bottom of the field, really.
Absolutely, it's top and bottom pretty much, and
I think it's the final that.
It's the viewers' final.
It's the viewers' final for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody supporting anybody else in this tournament is not theirs, but for the layman who's got no other interest in the game, they want to see this world champion versus world champion. Don't they?
Absolutely.
The IPA versus the WPF.
That's an absolutely great shot.
That's amazing, yeah, incredible. And now you can just get a feel for.
He's just starting to relax.
How Matt can play.
Yeah.
And his ability. It's a shame he couldn't find this earlier, because this could have been a real classic match, couldn't it?
He may have just left this a little bit too late.
Yeah, I think so. But if you could have found this 5 or 6 frames ago, then this could have been a whole different ball game.
Yeah, again, it's another frame on the board.
Yep. 9 frames to 4. The scoreline edges closer, and all the time it's edging closer. Matt will just be relaxing a little bit more, and Adam will be getting just a little bit more nervous and a bit more uptight.
The less time Adam spends on the table, it will start to it may start to creep, and you'll just have to dig deep and find something from somewhere to get over the line. And that's all it'll be at this stage for Adam, I can imagine.
Yeah, the line can never come quick enough, can it? But he's done nothing wrong. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, it's
just saying, Gareth's just finished. Looks like he's through.
Yeah. So Gareth Hibbert beats Clint 10 frames to 2.
That's a big scoreline. I was having a chat with Craig Marsh last night, and his fancy was Clint. Just with how well he's been breaking and playing, and maybe he's just not got going this morning. Maybe he's had a bit of a mat and just not got going. And Gareth's taking such a big lead. He's not been able to come back.
It just goes like that sometimes, doesn't it? I mean, some days, you just can't turn up and be brilliant every day. Everyone's human. And now, this is a fantastic chance. They can't have opened up much better for Adam.
Yeah,
and
if you're going to do it, do it in style.
Now, here it is. And we talked about whether he tightened up a bit. It certainly doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out. This is the hardest ball left. And it wasn't that difficult. And he makes it look easy. And this now, just a formality.
Oof.
Wow.
Wow.
Nearly cursed him again. And a drop in black.
Yeah.
For an impressive performance. And unlucky to Matt. He found his flow, and you saw what he can do later in that match. But Adam had done all the hard work earlier on. And it's a goodbye to Matt Lawrenson for this year. We welcome him back next year. Thank you very much for entering the tournament. But Adam Griffiths moves forward. Who will he play? Is it Mick Hill or Michael Rhodes? That's 7 frames to 4. We'll be back with a streamed match in the quarterfinals. We're not quite sure who it's going to be yet.
I can tell you who it will be.
Yep.
Yep. So it'll be Gareth versus the winner of Matt and Ben Davis.
Excellent. So chances are Ben's looking favourite. So potentially Gareth Hibbert versus Ben Davis coming up. What a mouth-watering match that is. 2 brilliant styles. So we'll be back with that one. If you haven't already done so, like our page, you'll get the notification, and we'll speak to you soon.